over to back to Sforcia, where
I know what I want to do. This is a poor.
I don't even have to ask.
This is a poor land.
Yes.
And they are bickering, trying to pass me to the other. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so I will go hunting for something big, just to get back to them.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you're going to go off and hunt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what you are going to find is that they have these great big. Oh, are they great big lizards? No, of course not. No, great big birds. Great big birds with tiny wings that don't fly. That are, you know, they and let's see, what do they do? Oh yes, they find a place where there is water underground, and they bury themselves and bury themselves and bury themselves, and they're down there in the mud, and so it's very unpleasant and surprising when they appear. And now you see why some of the people went and poked at the mud with long sticks for a while, strategic positions, you know, just to see if how things were these days. And so yes, you're out there looking about, and I'm going to say that it's a pretty straightforward situation, in that you realize that poking at the mud, looking for signs of the birds, is probably a pretty good idea. And one might think that a fighting conflict with a wicked, enormous, large, you know, mammoth-sized bird would be coming, and that would be very dramatic for a trollbabe. Unfortunately, what you do is surprise a pair of people.
Okay.
And they were engaged in an activity that you would think would take place inside one of the closed huts in a decent situation, away from everybody else. But they are away from everybody else, but they are obviously meeting, you know, far away from their ordinary routines. And so after having interacted with the culture, you quickly recognize that the man is dressed pretty nicely. He might even have the same kind of ornamentation as the wealthy couple.
Okay.
He's a young man, and he is, he's wearing half his clothes, and has been surprised. The woman, who is wearing nothing, you only see her looking over her shoulder at you, and she is looking pretty muddy. They're half in and out of the water, and so there you see that you have obviously had one of those extremely embarrassing moments.
Okay, and what do they do?
Well, at the moment they are, the man is trying to scramble up, and his pants are around here somewhere, and he's doing that. The woman, much less concerned, turns and doesn't even stand, and just rises up onto one knee and just watches and looks at you, and she has this extremely calm, direct look. There's no clothes around anywhere for her.
Okay.
Her hair is completely soaking wet. She has smears of mud on every part of her, as if she... And where they are is a little muddy, but it's not like that. He's not covered in mud. She's practically dressed in it. Not caked on, but smeared almost everywhere.
Okay, so I'm curious about her because she holds her position, which is unusual for someone meeting me the first time.
Yes, there is no fear at all. In fact, she stands.
Yeah, so I like her. I approach her looking her from up down, but with no sense of superiority.
Right.
And then I just present myself.
Oh, you're going to try to greet her.
Yeah, and I say I'm Askan, just arrived in the village near these lakes.
Okay.
And I want to see a reaction and his reaction, because what strikes me is that she's so cold and he is so nervous. So this strikes me as something. He's not embarrassed by the situation, but it's like he knows he shouldn't be there. So I present myself to gauge the reaction.
Okay. Well, you step up, and it seems as though it would be a social kind of a conflict situation, but it is not.
Okay.
Because what will happen is that the man will leap at you as soon as your attention kind of focuses on her as kind of the dominant social presence, as you say, and there's worse and worse the more you think about it and the more you look at her, because nudity and the is not really anything. The people in this region seem kind of picky about their clothes, that doesn't fit, and the way she's looking at you, just like you say, doesn't fit. And as you turn to deal with her, he just is screaming something about, she's going to tell, and you realize it was the mention of the village that set him off. You have been there. Okay. So he's running at you, and he actually has a sword which is about this long, a short sword, but it's quite nice. It's a pretty nice make. It's not anything like just the tools that you saw, for hours at the village. So and he's not attacking in a very organized way, but it's slippery and muddy, and so not the best situation. So he is coming at you and hacking, and if he is lucky, he would actually manage to hit the center of your gravity, which ordinarily would be pretty hard for him to do. Yeah. But if he did, then you're going down.
I keep try to push him.
That's very nice, but you are in a fighting conflict.
I know. But I said just what I want to do.
Sure, go right ahead.
Like, my idea is I don't want to hurt him. I just want to show him, to push him.
Good luck.
So no.
Oh, you fail.
Yeah, because
how are you inconvenienced?
Okay, so
well, it seems kind of obvious, but yeah.
So I think I try to keep him at arm's length, and at the moment he sleeps, and by sleeping he fall under my arms with the sword behind him, and he suck me with the sword.
Everybody goes into the water, right? Everybody feet. That's your foot. That's his arm with the sword. That's the nobody can stand up.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
That's clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so clean. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I. Okay, I will try to roll using the girl as a ally.
Okay.
Because my idea is that she noticed that I approach her for me. So she tries to go behind the man and to restrain him, because before trying any clean rush, to at least check what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So she tried to restrain him. I am not luck today.
Yeah, I should have talked about luck earlier.
Okay, so I'm heart. So I'm heart. Okay. Okay, so the guy notices her approaching and feeling that I could leap her to hurt her or use her for a shield or something like that. Turns himself to make her go back, but in doing so, he pushed the sword further into my side.
Okay. Yes.
And so I had the sword that is halfway to my side.
Yeah, it's almost as though he would never have managed to succeed in fighting to do it, but in this crazy situation, that's where it ended up.
I'm not used to fight on the mud.
Well, not only that, but it wasn't an attack, so how can you defend?
Yeah.
So okay, I get it. So you are, suddenly realizing this ridiculous situation, this obviously not very, not very scary man,
Exactly.
and but this is really hurt. You are really hurt. So okay, what will you do?
And after the second reroll, what happens?
It's
Now I have to choose if I want to reroll
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
yes. On the second reroll, then go ahead and choose.
Okay.
He will. She may be incapacitated if she fails, and it's an interesting choice at that point. Whether you want to just let me, just fail and be incapacitated. But if things look as though they are something like you don't want to happen to your helpless character, there's one more roll to see, and you have a choice. Either those things happen or she dies.
Okay. Yeah, or not.
Right, you are incapacitated is the end
So
of
you
the
cannot
conflict.
decide anything. Okay.
Right.
So you're deciding, but your card is not.
Right. So yes,
Yeah, okay.
this is why lots of reroll opportunities are a good idea.
Yeah. Also because being killed by that,
I know.
I don't think that would be very.
But remember, if you just stop it incapacitated, you won't be killed.
Okay, yeah.
Right. That's the only way you can die
Okay.
by making that step.
I
It's
don't,
just yes.
I don't get to play Trollbabe so much, so
That's okay.
I will go with it and see what's happened.
You're going to
I
reroll?
roll.
Okay, what will you
And
check off?
I use the.
Or you already used the ally.
Yeah, and I use the object.
Okay.
And there is while I'm grasping for the sudden rush of pain. I found a pole of those that people use to.
Somebody was here with a pole, right?
And I took that and tried to push it between me and him to push him away.
Okay, go for it.
I changed dice.
Are you sure?
I hate you. No, I
Yes,
changed
yes,
dice.
that's right, yes.
I hate you. No luck.
Okay.
Okay.
So incapacitated, I believe I narrate. I'll double check.
Sorry?
Who narrates? I think I do.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is actually pretty fun. Why do you think there would be one of those bird finding poles here with no person with it?
Because there is a bird.
Who got whoever it was, right? And so that's exactly what happens: is that it suddenly unearths itself, and you are like squashed and taken by the bird into the mud, and have no idea what happens after that.
No,
So you are incapacitated as far as this is concerned. I get to say how you reappear.
Yeah.
So
I don't roll again because the die are clear. I don't have to roll now.
That's right.
I'm afraid
Yeah,
of
and
the
this is,
die.
and as you say, this isn't really what to die for, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So,
I'm afraid of your dice.
Yes. Okay. So back to the situation, though. What is your you have been you have decided to fail. You have been hurt, and you are not yet, and you are, and so what will happen is that the two. You are not incapacitated, so I cannot have them drag you away or something. But the one who has freed, snarls in triumph, bounds over you, lands practically on the child, sweeps him up, and with one hand like a third leg, goes and goes off, and the one in the other cage shouts, "Kel, no! Fight me, you coward! Fight me!" And the little one is, of course, Papa. Okay. She's going off. Yeah, as you are at this point is where you are just like,
ringing,
oh shit.
Yeah, my head is
so so what will you do now?
I slowly get up because I'm still my head's ringing, and I look at the other troll and I ask him, "Can you explain me what's happening? Who are you? Who is that troll? Who is the child?"
Right. Okay. He says, "I am Nick."
Yeah, I'm feigning that I am understood.
Right, exactly. And he says, "That is Kel." And he says, wait. Then he said, wait. Who are you to know our secrets? Then
Which secrets? I came here. I was traveling. I was passing by this mountain and I found a poor made magic on the tree. And then the forest lead me to the child. And then you appear, howling, growling, and then throwing me on the ground. What's happening?
Okay. This troll will tell you that he is. I think he is going to realize that he is in a position where he's going to have to get some help. He says, "Welcome to our lands.
Yeah, thank you.
We are troubled here. We have this boy, my boy. I don't care what anybody says. He is my boy. Ask his mother. Ask his mother. Maybe you will have some luck with that." He says, "And I don't care. I don't care about the stone either. Just he is a good boy. He doesn't deserve this."
Okay, while he said the stone, I stopped him. What stone? Which stone?
He says,
what are you talking about?
"Old Raj has the stone. Old Raj has the stone. Old Raj is breathing his last, probably.
Okay.
They've been saying that for years, but this time, probably. And so he's up there, yet again, telling everybody about how he's about to die, and yet again, and and the stone shall go to his grandson, as it should. As it should."
So are you telling me that your tribe chief is dying, and then the son is the next successor?
No, it's the stone. Just the stone. It says the stone.
Okay, it's that stone. Okay.
So
I try to
if they
figure out
say,
everything.
right, and he's saying, but she will not say if he is Kel's son,
or yours. Okay.
and if he is Kel's son, he gets the stone. I say he still gets the stone, but and he pulls one of the trees out of the ground and hits things and says, "I am his papa. I don't care about the stone. Let him have the stone. Who cares?"
Okay, I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm looking a little bit curious, let's say, and also I'm thinking.
Yeah, sure.
And I ask her. I look at him and I ask him, but so if you don't mind the stone, and Kel just wants the stone.
He wants his boy to have the stone. So yes.
He wants the boy because it's his boy, but it's not his boy because it's yours. I'm like keeping my hand, it's your boy. And so, can you? I can try to help you. Just lead me to the mother of the boy, but first let me help the forest repair itself, and then I want to try to repair or let the forest grow with my magic, and maybe I would also like to ask the forest if the forest knows something about that, because I'm not used to the troll thinking and also for troll using.
Okay. What does the magic look like?
The magic look like it's similar as I'm sitting with my leg crossed, and I'm circling with my hand around me, doing the circle in the I think it's like leaves.
Yes.
And then I will start chanting something. It's like a murmuring. It's not something very defined.
Yes.
And then it's a really slow magic. It's not something that happens.
Right. Yes.
It's not the first I did earlier.
Yes.
It's something really slow. It can take time, and it's a chant that.
I actually misplayed the rule a little bit ago. I'm sorry, I forgot. But go on. Yes, go
okay.
ahead. But you are doing it right this time.
Because at first it was so fast, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I like thanking the forest for everything, thanking the spirit for them for their helps earlier, and then trying to replenish the forest with my will, my force. Is this the lucky one or the unlucky one? Who knows? Is the unlucky? No, it's the lucky one.
Yes. Okay, well, this is great. All these roles are fantastic for you. So now you are practically representing the forest. You can feel that the earth, when you walk, the earth is providing you with force. That you feel that the leaves are, you have no problem walking right through the difficult forest. Everything just goes your way. And Nick perceives this and follows a little bit respectfully, and so he will lead you into the places where the trolls live. There's a huge jumble of boulders through an entire side of the mountain, and they live in the cracks, some of which go way back, in these ancient caves created by this. And the trees that grow in the dirt between the boulders are, strange and scary looking and things like that. This is like the troll home kind of look. And so you, upon going there, let's see here. You hear like a chorus of troll voices, all raised in what they might think of as song, but is actually more like the sustained howls of different notes. So it goes another different one, and so this all begins, and soon there are many of these voices, and trolls begin to come out of the holes and cracks and things. Some of them up onto the rocks. And they are all howling and singing toward a particular spot, one of the caves. And after a little while, and when this happens, Nick goes, "Oh no!"
Okay.
because an old troll woman comes out of that one crack, and she is holding the severed head of an ancient troll, an old man troll. And she holds it up and says, "It is finished." Holds it to her, kisses the lips, and then says, "The feast begins." It's time for a troll funeral.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I want to be there in the troll funeral, but yeah, I think that.
Nick mutters, "At last the old bastard is good for something."
Do I see the boy right now?
No.
Okay. And I look at Nick and I ask him, so who's the child's mother?
Eo Soa,
Okay.
as the mother of the receiver of the stone
Okay.
is she must sit away from the rest.
So she's not here.
She's here, all right, in there. She's not coming out.
Okay.
I wouldn't go in there.
I think that I will go in there and look at him and I make a step over, like in the center of this whole huge trolls howling with my with the forest behind me. You know,
Yes, yes,
I'm strong because
That's
I have
right.
the forest behind me, and I bow to the troll, the ancient troll female, and
One thing,
Yeah.
do you want to take any of the NPCs so far? Because we have shifted the scene.
Okay.
Do you want to take any of them as a relationship?
I think that I want to take Nick.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Because the boy, I don't think that
Yeah.
he will let me.
Yeah. And so, yes, that's fine. And I think that some of your interactions already
Yeah, I already have with him.
Yeah, have satisfied the requirement for a little bit of that.
Already.
A little bit
Okay.
of that. So good. Okay. And now the same thing goes for you, as you eventually, I will say, on the other side of the lake, hurt, get up out of the water on the other side of the lake on the shore, and take in a very deep lungful of air. Pull yourself up onto the side of the lake. Ow! And tell me what you do.
Do you see anything or anyone around me?
And yes, a bunch of children have come looking for, like teenagers, have come looking for you, and they are shouting, what was the skull on your shoulder? What was it? What creature? Was it a bear?
Something like a small buffalo. Like a small buffalo.
Oh, I see. Okay, yes, and they say, Buffalo lady, where are you?
Okay.
Buffalo lady, are you all right?
I raise myself and I turn toward them. Yeah, they are near me.
Well, you hear them calling, but yes.
Okay, and I go towards them saying that I'm fine.
And and they come up, and one of the oldest says, "Look out for the birds."
I said I saw a well-dressed man here. He was young. Okay, a young, well-dressed man here. Do you know who he was?
They ask, "Well, what was his sign?"
but I noticed it.
You finally figure out they're talking about one of the ornaments he was wearing, and when you describe it, then they say, "Oh yes, that was Otskar," and they start chattering away. And one of the girls says, "We are all jealous of Fee,
Who's that?
his wife. He married Fee." And some other, they're a little too young for this. And one of the boys, swats her on the shoulder and says, "You think what? You think he'd marry you?" She says, "Shut up!" And so they're doing teenagers things, but they're also worried about you. You're filthy, and they're figuring out this is a very practical culture. They can tell when someone is hurt, so they are actually realize you were hurt, and they're surprisingly enough being kind of helpful. A bit of a relief to be swept along and given a little support, for this.
I thank them, and we are going toward the village.
Yes.
So, what was the name of the boy?
Otskar, Otskar. Huh, you feel you have a relationship with him. Okay.
Not still. I was just jotting down.
I see. Oh,
A good friend.
No, because
you
I
can have an enemy as a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I-
a relationship.
Yeah,
It's kind
even
of
better. It works exactly the same. There's still help in rerolls.
Okay. Yeah.
Doesn't make them happy, but
it's just that I know in which house I will be.
you know what?
In which house I will be.
Where to? Oh, I see. Okay, so you're going over to the same family.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm going to say that they would like you to. They're worried about you, so you're just going to go bloody and muddy.
Okay. No, I will. Yes.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I get it.
Yes.
I get it. Yeah. I'm a pissed off Trollbabe. It's time to. Yeah. So sure enough, I'm going to guess if this is right. There they are in their open. They're basically their house now, and this one has several sections. They snap two wagons together and raise the pole so the second level goes up and stuff like that. They've had a little while to do this, and you can see that there's a dinner being held. Some people are serving out food to the family that is seated on pillows around a low table. And there's an older man, an older woman, and another older woman, and there are, I would say, at least 8 or 9 people. And the woman who seems to be the right age for the man's mother is saying, "What do you mean out there by the lake? Out there by the lake? What would you be doing out there by the lake?"
And she's speaking with
with Otskar, and he's saying nothing. I wasn't doing anything. And she's saying, "Stop with your foolishness. You have this young wife right here."
And I guess it's not the
No.
idea.
Oh no.
Okay, I go towards him.
Well, you make an entrance, as in, I believe I was invited to dinner, or something like that, right? So
I go towards him. How do they react? What do they do?
As you can, it's a complete chaos. They are all, shocked for 100 different reasons, and and Otskar in particular is saying she's lying, just out of nowhere, right? And the other people are kind of challenging you, and everybody is reacting in kind of a very angry way, with one exception, a very 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 old woman. She just keeps eating. So yes, this is not a social conflicts role because that's failed. You have bypassed that situation already, and so
I go to our Oscars. I sit near him with my arm around him like this, and in a very, really cold way, I ask, "What am I lying about?"
All
With
right.
a really calm but really cold voice.
Yes, absolutely. So there's several things. First of all, just to get there, you actually had to, get
Sure.
some people out of the way, and you can make your social role.
No.
No. Okay. First of all, tell me how you are inconvenienced.
There are people in the room that start looking better at me because I'm imposing myself in the home and showing people away.
So wait. So what are they doing?
So they are looking at me. There is someone that exit the room like to call someone for help.
I see. Right. Oh, so yes, the social escalation
Yeah.
may be occurring. Yes, and so then and when you will see something else is going on here. Fee, the wife, who is she is sitting apart from everybody, and nobody is really taking care of her or paying attention to her, and she just looks crushed and is just crying alone. So make your social conflict.
Another one or escalation or what?
No, because you are. I'm saying it's a social conflict because you are demanding to get some real answers, be treated with some respect here. Oh,
Okay, I succeed.
oh, and Otskar just finally loses it and says, and says, "All right, don't kill me, don't kill me. Okay, I'll tell if you won't kill me." And looks around wildly to the family and says, "She's alive. She's alive. She's alive. That's my wife. She's alive. Not this little virgin girl." Fee just humiliated as hell at that point, and he says, "I don't care what you say. My wife is here. We have come back, and I found her. I found her today. I tell you, I found her."
How are the people around them, Oscar and Fee, reacting?
They are, first of all, scared of you and have moved apart. Second, because you basically gave them all a good, "I will kill you all to death if you don't start talking," and they all believe you. And then also, they are raising voices in protest, half of which is to disagree with Otskar, and half of which is to talk as if he hadn't said anything, as in,
And Fee's
quit
crying.
talking crazy. Yeah.
Okay, I turn around, facing all the other people, and I say, "Out."
Out, right?
Out.
You know what? That's part of your old role. That's parts of that role. Out they go. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's
Okay,
just,
so-
that's just more I accept your suggestion for the narration, and they are gone.
There are me, Oscar, Fee. I sit in front of them. I look at Oscar and say, "I won't kill you, but don't try that again." And start talking. And in saying this, I look to Fee.
Right. And so you say start talking to Fee, or
I
to-
start talking, and while I'm saying, I start looking to Fee.
That, right,
So
right.
I don't care who talks.
Right.
start
Right. So
talking.
you're giving her some attention.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Perfect. So Otskar will start talking.
I sit like Oscar, Fee, and me here.
Yes, and he says, "We were here 2 years ago, and my wife Brianna, we had just married here, and we were at the lake, and a bird unearthed or came up from the water, and our boat was turned, and I swam to shore, and everything was confusing, and I almost died, and I got to shore, and she was gone. I loved her, and she loved me. And finally, we have come back to this place, and she is there. You saw her. She is there. You saw her. She is there. She is there waiting for me. She is my wife, and I will bring her back, and she is going to be my wife. They made me marry Fee, this little girl, instead.
First of all, you won't treat her like that anymore. She doesn't deserve it. Then you have no idea what there is in this world, so I will be looking for what the one you called as your old wife to check what's going on.
Whatever may be left of her. Yes.
Whatever it is, to check what's going on.
Okay.
But if you ever treat her like that again, I will come for you.
He kind of thinks about it for a minute, looks at Fee, and Fee, instead of sniveling and looking humiliated, you sitting there with her for a moment, she's sitting a little more like you now. And she kind of looks at him and says, and looks at, and he sees that, and he goes, "I'm sorry," to her, kind of like he might mean it. Maybe if he practices a little more, he might start meeting it. Yeah, he might. He might mean it with a little more practice.
Okay.
He looks like he's trying.
Okay.
Right? And so that's there. We can close there.
Okay.